no drumming on the desk. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Omelogo Nadi, aka the Wordsmith. So they're shifting their chairs. Ignore any sound you're gonna hear right now. Just focus on my voice. No drama, please. No extra drama. Do you know what's happening? So this is the final day of our public speaking, emotional intelligence, and self-growth training for teenagers. Today is the final day. And I've been telling them that they would need to prepare speeches that they would present. I would call them a crowd. And they felt that I was going to call them a crowd to come and crowd my small space because I want them to present their speeches. They don't know that I'm going to come to you, internet aunties and uncles, to watch their speeches. Hey, Mufasa, thank you for joining. They are viewing, they are on the side, they are hiding by the sides, and they are looking to see, like, are we really live? Yes. So what's going to happen, you're going to see preteens and teenagers coming to present to you. Please, can you not interrupt me? Thank you, sir. I have a by force teaching assistant here that wants to take over my class every single time. So you're going to see preteens and teenagers going to present speeches to you. They've gone through rigorous preparation. They've learned how to choose their topics, find out the purpose for those topics, choose their audience, the right people they should be talking to, what they should be saying to them. They've learned how to outline, structure their speeches, drawing up outlines, how to research, develop content, and how to make notes, how to make bullet points and different points, and how to present. And so, now, today is final. We have 3 contestants who are going to present to you. 2 gentlemen and 1 lady. So the first, the one gentleman is going to talk to you about how to take care of your pets. And he said that his audience are people who are in the ages of what? Between the ages of what? 10 to 13. Why did he choose these people? They are those who usually keep pets. And it's for the fact that he wants to give them information so that they will be well informed and educated on how to take care of their pets. And he was going to tell you the reason why he chose that topic. Another gentleman is going to talk to us about creative ways of making crafts.
The inability of parents to engage their children during the holiday.
Well, the creative way of making crafts. He's going to tell you why he chose that topic, and his audience, according to him, are children between the ages of 5 to 10 and adults who are the parents of these children. They could be different, wide age range, and teachers. These are the people who are involved or who have need for crafting. And then the lady says she's going to talk to us about drug abuse, the risks of drug abuse, the challenges of drug abuse, and why you should stay clear of drug abuse, of drugs, right? And her audience, according to her, are 14 to 30. So 14 to 30 on one chunk, and then 30 to 50 on the other chunk. Why did she make that decision? She says that the people who are getting to abuse drugs these days, that the bracket is reducing. They're including people, children, teenagers in secondary schools these days. It's no longer for the elite or the high and mighty or the older ones. So she brought down her bracket to include people who are as low as, see how they are doing like this. They don't want to enter video. The live broadcast they are going to come in, they're all doing like this. They want to she wants to include teenagers so that she can give them information, and she wants to include all the brackets of people who are exposed to drug abuse, which she decides is up to the age bracket of 30. And then why is she now deciding that she wants to hang all or taking all up to 50? Because she said that the parents of these young people who are abusing drugs also need the information that they're going to give. And so these are the 3 persons who have gone through 3 weeks of rigorous training with Wordsmith on public speaking, taking all through the lessons of how to create their speeches. And today, I will allow you to see what they have been able to learn and how good they have gotten. A few internet aunties and uncles. And then right now I'm going to present to you our first public speaker. He's going to introduce himself. So I'm trying to, they wanted to sit. I said, no, you are speaking, you're not reading a speech. So they have their prompters here. So they're going to technically look here to get reminded in case they forget anything. They are going to look at outlines and notes that they have made to prompt them as they go. Thank you so much, and please enjoy. Go.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mohammed Dawood, and I'm here to talk to you about the proper care of pets. About 1.2 million pets die yearly due to lack of information on the proper care of pets. So here I'll be talking to you about the guidelines, the items, and the tools. Number 1, vaccination. What is vaccination? Vaccination is the act of giving a person or an animal a vaccine, mostly through the use of an injection. For instance, if a dog bites someone or an animal, it may give the person rabies if not vaccinated. Next, bathing. What is bathing? Bathing is the act of using soap and water to wash the skin of an animal. It may be a dog, a rabbit, or a cat. An animal should be bathed at most 2 times in a month. It depends on its skin, its activities, and its coats, etc. Number 3, trimming their nails and their hair. And for birds, their beaks. We trim their nails and their hair so they don't injure people. And for birds, if their beaks become too long, they may not be able to eat. And we also trim their hair in case of tick and flea, so that we can eradicate all these pests that are pests that are on our pets. Thank you. Number 4, cleaning their cages and environment. If you do not clean their cages and environment, you may get a certain disease or the other. We should put, for example, we should put sanitizers on their carriers and kennels and use a tissue or a towel to wipe it off. For dogs who stay outside in kennels, we should clean their environment, sweep it. And for those pets who stay in the house, who have beds, comfy beds that we buy for them, scratch pots and so on, we should dust them in case of any insects. Exercises. They need to exercise to keep fit. There are different ways of exercising, which is taking for walks, playing with them. For cats, you can buy them scratch pots to scratch their legs and their hands. But pets, they are pets. They should not exercise too little or too much, but they are pets. We cannot stop them from exercising too much or too little. They always find a way to exercise their body. proper nutrition. They need to be fed well so that in order to live, they need proper nutrition. I know nowadays that people make things such as cat food and dog food and chicken food, but instead of that, it is better to give them natural food such as grains, milk, meat, fish, etc. So that they may grow properly instead of risking their life with chemicals that may hurt them. And without your impact, the number of pets that die yearly will not be increased, will not reduce. Thank you.
Somebody who has not presented is not possible. Now that was Mohammed educating us on the proper care of pets. I learned quite a few things. Wow, that was amazing. The presentation was amazing. I actually had only one issue with Mohammed. One of the things we learned in this long, short and intense class was how to contact with you, because I know that you are my audience, and then I also have the audience here. The use of gesticulation, the inflection of my voice, I'm going my voice, I'm going the inflection of my voice and all that. And then how because I know that I'm trying to engage everybody to move around, my facial expression, then the way I place my hands, releasing my hands to ensure that Remember, you're checking the camera. I'm releasing my hands to, to show that I'm not so anxious, I'm relaxed. But guess what? I could hear the flutter in his voice. Could you? But he still went on and did all his presentations. I don't think he presented everything. If you ask me, I think there were some things in that book that he did not present. But that's by the way. So who is coming next? Who is coming next? See, I actually want to hear about drug abuse last.
Oh,
that's what I want to hear about it last. So let's hear our next presenter, who is coming to tell us about creative ways to craft and engage children. Then before we do that, Mohammed, I also wanted to know that your introduction was too quick. Remember that your introduction is you telling us the problem at hand and the solution you bring. And the format in which you're going to tell us is by telling us what you are going to tell us. Do you understand? That should be your introduction. Let your audience know what you're going to tell them. And this should include the problem at hand. What is the issue? And then the solution you bring, which is now the background of the purpose of your topic. Okay, so next time, but that was a fantastic presentation. So a round of applause for our next speaker. Good.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fikamso Victorious Andre Nadi, and I'm here to talk on the topic craft and the inability of parents to engage their children during the holiday. It discombobulates me to know that most parents are usually dumbfounded when it comes to engaging their children during the holidays. And they expose them to too much screen time, which is like a very adverse menace to their brain development. So today, I choose to give an oratory-like speech to teach on this niche on the topic craft. First of all, what is a craft? A craft is a combination of different materials to form something new. So a scientific-like definition could be, I'm just saying, I'm not sure. So it could be, a craft is the coherence of different materials. Crafting could be done with some specific gestures, being hand movements. As an example, ball fist being squeezing a chunk of paper together, either to stick on a paper or out of frustration to getting something wrong. It could play a particular role in crafting, especially for children who need something like a particular force, especially when it comes to children who need hand development. In order to be able to do craft properly and comfortably, it is advised to sit upright and erect, and one will be able to sit well and comfortably during craft. All of this conveys and boosts a child's creativity and helps parents to engage their children during the holiday and children to entertain themselves in ways except for screen time. So, there are 3 types of crafts: DIY, recycling, and making from scratch. DIY, this is the building or crafting by oneself without the specific aid of professionals or certified experts. This includes making projects such as house decoration, clothing, etc. The essence of DIY is to find out what someone can do by themselves without the aid of being a child, without the aid of an adult. And it is materials used could be raw materials or semi-raw materials. Recycling. This is the act of getting materials that are already made and already new, putting them together, or finding a way to reuse them. This helps to make a child able to conserve things that are already used, rather than throwing them away. Creating from scratch, CFS. This simply means making materials from the beginning using semi-raw materials like cardboard, paper, gum, stapling pins, and more. There are different ways we can get materials for crafting. They are from the kitchen, from the toilet or bathroom, and from outside. The kitchen, you can get glass jars and bottles, plastic bottles, tin cans, fabric scraps, bottle caps, egg cartons, and newspapers. From the bathroom or toilet, you can get toilet paper rolls, shampoo bottles, conditioner containers, toothbrushes, tissue boxes, and plastic bottles. From outside, you can get plastic bottles and bags, aluminium and tin cans, paper and cardboard. You can get carton boxes, old clothes, glass bottles and jars. You can get scraps of wood. You can use from broken furniture. You can use to make frames, and you can get wires and cables. There are different reasons for crafting. There is entertainment, beautification, saves money, keeps your children busy, enhances creativity, and gives one a sense of accomplishment and more. Crafting offers many benefits. There is stress relief, mental health, cognitive benefits, accomplishments, creativity, social connections, and economic benefits, and more. Crafting enriches overall well-being, making it a cherished activity for many. I expect that at the end of this lesson, children should be able to entertain themselves, parents engaging their children without releasing them to too much screen and not knowing what to do to them, and preschool teachers who are usually used to forcing children to learn can find a way to engage the children and make the children used to it and wanting to learn and engage pupils as well. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. This was good. This was fantastic. I mean, there's something they say. The apple cannot fall too far from the tree. That was amazing. Well done. Well done, Ifekamso. That was good. What I love about your presentation, just like Mohammed's presentation, he had a lot of information. I learned a lot of new things. Am I right about that? Had a lot. It was fantastic. Kenara is shaking. Because she knows she will sum it up. He had a lot of information. And then he broke, I think you will agree with me, he broke down his lessons. He told you, he explained the different ways of crafting. He explained the different types of crafting. He told you the different places you can get things for crafting, for DIY, and he even had an acronym for one of his things, creating from scratch. He calls it CFS. Wow.
DIY is doing by yourself.
Yes, so DIY we've all known, but please, did you know CFS? I just learned that one today. I've added it in my vocabulary, CFS. And you know I'm in preschooling, so yes, I'll tell my teachers, please, and we're going to do CFS. They won't know I learned it from one of my pre-teens in the public speaking class. All right, so I love that. He had a lot of information. He had new things. He broke down different levels of the information. I liked how you did your introduction. He did expo. The introduction he gave, that he was so discombobulated by this minister. He wrote. One of the lessons I did was I asked them to write out their introduction, and I asked them to give me nothing less than 100 words. So what he did, which was very smart, was to read out word for word, right? That introduction, which Muhammad didn't do. So it looked as if he was like speaking English. English that. So he read a speech, but that was good. I liked how creative you were with that presentation and how you felt that you could read it out because you felt that you could present it really well. If I didn't tell you he was reading out word for word, you would not have known, right? Or I know because I had read through the introductions that they wrote. So that was fantastic. I loved your coordination. I loved your gesticulation. I loved your body cues, your non-verbal cues, the way you used your voice, the expression on your face. I love that. But I had issues with your presentation. One of the issues I had with your presentation was this. One of the things you must remember as a public speaker is how you dress. It's important. Now you're crafting, yes, so it's funky and all that. But let's see you. You didn't have to wear your hoodie. You're well dressed. You look fantastic. You didn't have to wear the cardigan and then do I didn't notice. Oh, well, we noticed. You're not looking at yourself. We are looking at you. And so you must be presentable. Remember what we watched the other time where he said he wore glasses without frames because he wanted to look intelligent. Know that the way you are dressed, the way you dress will be the way you are addressed. So be mindful about your dressing, so your presentation. And then one more thing I had, which is a major one for me, is this. What you're teaching us is crafts. It's practical. You must show us. It's not theory. You can't be telling me, find the shampoo containers, find tissue rolls, find this, find this. How about you give us something? I expected, we've done a lot of class through the holiday. You did one. I expected you to come and say, so for instance, this is an egg. This came as a salt container. It's carton. And so look at what we've done with this. We have removed the cover, we've cut it open, we painted it blue, and then we're using it for keeping pens. That's what I expect you to do. Then you can bring one of the crafts. Go and bring one of the crafts on the table to show them how to use what's it called? Bring something with the tissue roll to show you how to use
things that you have done. If you have time, I'm talking so that you can hear me. If you have time, you would demonstrate how these things are done. If you don't have time, then you would show what has been done. Please hurry so that we can round up your own space. So you can show how this is done, and that's very important. Don't waste time. You're taking too long. Don't bring it anymore. Come, let's move on. Since you're wasting time. Come. Your drama is too much. I told him to bring one thing. He went and brought everything. So these are what I expected you to do is, for instance, you're going to say, so look at this. This is a bumblebee. We did this. This is a tissue roll. And this, we cut the wings out of paper. We used paint to color it. We cut eyes. We made the, what's this called? Antenna, and then we painted. So this is a bumblebee. So look at this. What we did is we made a sunflower. Excuse me. This is a bottle. We made this bottle. To make this stand, we're going to pour some sand in here. And then look at how we made the sunflower. We made a stem. We cut paper. These are cardboard paper. These are googly eyes. These are what's it called? Kebab sticks. These are what I want you to show, because what you're teaching is practical. You have to be mindful that when you're teaching something practical, you need to show the working so that you can carry them along. It's not all saying and they would go home doing nothing. And then if you have a big hall, then you can arrange tables, bring these things and get people to try some out where you can guide them. Do you understand? Besides that was it. An amazing presentation. Well done. Good job. So finally, this is my favorite part. I've always wanted to hear when she chose drug abuse as her topic. I was like, wow. Excuse me. I was like, who is she, by the way? Who is she? Drug abuse? And she's just a teenager. She just became a teenager. It's not like those young teenagers that are 15, 16, 17, 18. No. Just a teenager. So please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome our last public speaker for today. She's going to tell us about drug abuse. I don't know what about drug abuse. She will explain to us and she will tell us why she chose the topic, the problem she's solving, the problem at hand, the solution, and the different ways. Please, welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is O.O.N, and I'm here to talk on a speech titled Drug Abuse. Today, I stand before you not to discombobulate you, but to address a pressing issue that has adverse effects not only on individuals, but also family and society as a whole. Drug abuse has far-reaching implications that can cause menace and alter lives and future. I hope to shed light on the causes, the dangers, and credible solutions to drug abuse. Before we get to the nature of this topic, we must first know what the definition of drug abuse. According to Maryland's Comprehensive Civic Education Textbook for Senior Secondary Schools, drug abuse is the use of illegal drugs or harmful use of legal prescribed drugs. We have types of drugs. We have medical drugs or prohibited drugs. Medical drugs, this can be defined as drugs which are prescribed by the doctor and humans can consume it. We have prohibited drugs. These are drugs that are prohibited. They are not meant to take in, like e.g. Indian health. They are not meant to be taken. So we have the problem at hand, there are some problems at hand which affect individuals and young adults, which may be poverty and unemployment. I hope to shed more light on this as we get into the main topic. My purpose of this topic is to enlighten teenagers and young adults on the consequences of drug abuse and reason to stay away from these acts. In this part of my speech, I hope to shed light on the causes, dangers, and potential solutions to this. The following are some causes of drug abuse to young adults and individuals. First of all, we have poverty. One of the major causes of drug abuse is poverty. The expenses of medical drugs are too high for an average individual to afford. As a result of this, individuals go across streets to buy drugs or open markets. Individuals also resort to buying drugs from quacks, which are very dangerous because they can give wrong drugs and wrong dosage of these drugs. These practices are prone to fake and counterfeit drugs and can cause drug abuse. Number two, we have illiteracy. Many individuals are not educated and literate enough to know the types of drugs they take in. Some are unfortunate and can buy expired drugs. They might end up abusing these drugs by taking either overdosage or underdosage of these drugs. We have lack of parental care. This is a very big issue that individuals are grappling with. Children from broken homes who lack parental care or guidance may run the risk of drug abuse or drug addiction. This can Some school dropouts can run the risk of joining bad gangs and becoming drug addicts. We have adult influence and peer group influence / peer group influence. Some adults teach younger ones bad habits, and children copy easily, and bad habits are very easy to copy. So through this, they learn how to smoke and abuse drugs through the parents' influence, which is very bad. Peer group influence. Some children and teenagers do not know the places to avoid, such as clubs, noisy places, bars, which can initiate them into taking drugs which are not meant to be taken. We also have some individuals and teenagers do not know the type of company to keep, the type of friends to keep. As a result of this, the friends influence them easily by telling them to take drugs like marijuana, Indian hemp, alcohol, which are not meant for their age. They take in these drugs and become mad or crazy. We have unemployment. Some unemployed youth seek relief and happiness through drugs. As there's a saying that says, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So when these youths are idle and unemployed, they may get distracted easily and seek solutions for their worries through drugs. Now, we go to the dangers of drug abuse. If there are some dangers which individuals and young adults abuse drugs from. We have deaths. When an individual abuses drugs on a daily basis, like smoking, injecting in drugs, overdosing drugs, their body system will not be able to take in these pains. Will not be able to take in these pains and can cause drug abuse. Health risks. When a person / individuals continuously takes in drugs, it can cause a damage or injury into their body, e.g., heart problem, lung failure, kidney failure, which has a huge amount of which needs a huge amount of money to pay, and because of their poor, they are not able to pay for this health risks or injuries. We have shame and disgrace. When a person abuses drugs too much, it can bring a shame to their parents, thereby resulting to not more caring for their children or themselves. We also have addiction. When an individual becomes addicted to drugs, it can cause them to continually take in drugs and can cause damage to their body. Now, I have prepared some solutions to this drug abuse. We have one: resisting peer pressure. When you learn not to follow your friends too much in doing those bad things, e.g., drinking alcohol and smoking, this can prevent drug abuse. Because when you say no, your no is your no, and you will be able to stand for yourself and say no, that I don't want to take in drugs because they are not for my age. Abstain from drug use. When you learn to stop using drugs when you're not ill, This can also help you in preventing drug abuse. Public enlightenment. NGOs and schools should try and make creative programs on the dangers and consequences of drug abuse so that teenagers will see this danger and be able to stop these criminal acts. Proper family upbringing. Parents should be able to educate their children so that they will be able to know their rights and the wrongs, so they're able to know the rights and the wrongs of drug abuse. We also have creation of job opportunities. Government should be able to provide jobs for youth, from preventing them to stay idle, and so that they'll be engaged in doing their job and think not to go to drug abuse. In conclusion, drug abuse is a complex issue that requires our collective attention and action. It affects every layer of our society, from individuals battling addiction, and it demands an approach for prevention and treatment alike. Let us commit ourselves today to stay away from drugs, but also actively participate in their spreading awareness about this critical issue within our communities so that we can work together towards building a healthier future. Thank you.
Wow. This is what they say in Igbo land. They will say konaka. See, at a point when she was speaking, I started pulling my shirt. Even the wearing shirt, I was like, that's my student. That is my student. That is my student. You see, there is nothing that gladdens a teacher's heart as a student that learns. My goodness, my mind, I don't know about you.
That presentation was good.
I don't know about you. My mind is blown. Kenera is 13 years. And this sounded like a presentation. Did you want me to announce your own ages? Is that what you're doing sign and language for? It sounded like that came a well-researched professor. My goodness. So one of the things that they learned in these 3 weeks, it was supposed to be 4 weeks, but we crammed it all into 3 weeks because we lost 10 days from the protests. Right, so we crammed it into 3 weeks. What they've learned in these 3 weeks, one of the things they learned is how to research content. You're shaking the table. How to research content. How to get information on any topic of their interest and how to lay it out in a logical manner. Man, I am proud to be Kenera's teacher. I am proud. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Kenera, you've done so well. I'm so proud of you. She had information. Please allow me to put S in that information. She had informations. It was so good. This is fantastic. Well done, Kenera. Well done. Let me point out just a few things, right? There was something you said. You said when it came to, I don't know what it was, when you were giving out the causes, you said children from broken homes, why they tend to abuse drugs. You said children from broken homes. So I wanted to ask, is it only children from broken homes that are susceptible to drug abuse? The answer is no. So you need to be mindful about your information so that there will be a balance. Lack of parental care happens both in whole homes and broken homes. Alright? So there are in homes where both parents are available and there is nothing, but there is lack of that care that does not that fails to pay attention to the child, and then it's possible for the child to go into drugs, right? So be mindful. When you're giving information, don't make it so, people might think, oh no, but I mean, these people, their house is not broken, they're not a broken home, but they are still abusing, their children are abusing the children, so be mindful of that. So you don't give what seems like inappropriate, unwholesome information or incomplete information. Then there was something, your pronunciation, when you said marijuana. So you have it spelled like this, Marie, but this is wa, marijuana. This J-U is wa. Alright? So it's marijuana. Okay? Marijuana. So that's just it. And then there was something you did a lot. I loved the way you read most of the time. But beyond that, you also expanded upon the things you were reading. So I liked how you would look up like you're thinking about what you're saying, you're forming pictures in your head, and the way you use your hands, I loved it. It was well coordinated, And I also liked how you moved from, I have prepared some solutions for you, like you cook soup. Now let me serve you the ogbono and the goosey together. I loved how you went from one level to the other. It was clear that you were moving from one aspect of your speech to another aspect of it. I loved that differentiation. It was beautiful. So, but something I had a little issue with was, when you started, you had a lot of things that you were listing. So you say, we also have, then you will list that thing. We also have, avoid that repetition. All right? In order to ensure that you're not going on repetition, you can say number 1, number 2, number 3. So on number 4, do you understand? So we also have. So you're not looking for what to use. Or you can just go ahead and list it and just go and then explain, right? So, but that was fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this intense public speaking, self-growth, and emotional intelligence for teenagers. This was a class that was organized for teenagers from the ages of 11 to 15. And it was originally supposed to be 4 weeks, but we had to shrink it into 3 weeks. And what you have just watched, if you're just joining us, we have 3 people who have presented different speeches. They chose the topics by themselves. I didn't choose. They determined the purposes of their topics by themselves. I did not do it. They researched these topics by themselves. I did not do it. They outlined the topics by themselves. I did not do it. And they presented. What did I do? What did I do? I taught them how to use different modes of communication, how to gain confidence. And one of the things I taught them is, I said, one thing that assures your confidence is knowledge. Get knowledge. Once you know what you're talking about, once you have information, what is left is for you to come and give it. Give the knowledge, share the knowledge that you have, give the information that you have. And I told them different tactics of presentation, how to use non-verbal communication. And I taught them this is 93%. It is not just what you say, it is how you say it. And this is how they have said the things that they have told you this afternoon. And we would like to say thank you, ladies and gentlemen, our internet aunties and uncles, for watching. We hope we've entertained you. We have to say adios. Adios. You had yourself an amazing afternoon. I'm going to certify them. Do I need to? In fact, let me certify you. So, we have Kenera, please. So, this is for you for taking part in this effective communication and emotional intelligence class. So, congratulations. Please ensure that all you learned here, that you are going to use it Remember, you see the notes you have made, don't tuck it under your locker. Go through them. These things you learned here are going to help you, not just for now, for always into adulthood. Congratulations. Yay. Now we have Mohammed. Here, Mohammed, congratulations for successfully completing this class of public speaking, self-growth, and emotional intelligence. And congratulations. Please ensure that you carry this on. I'm super proud of you. You look like you don't know what you're doing, but you do. And I like it. Congratulations. What's this for now? Abba now. All right. So, hello, Mr. Council Nadi. This is the seed from my apple tree. Okay. Congratulations on successfully completing this intensive class on public speaking, self-growth, and emotional intelligence. I wish you all the best. Keep getting better, and congratulations. Yay! I'm excited. I'm sorry. When I'm excited, this is how I express myself. I have no control. Yay! So, ladies and gentlemen, the Wordsmith, I take a bow, and I'll say, ciao. Thank you so much for joining. See, they were scared originally when I said that your audience is online. They were like, oh, but look at how wonderfully they performed. Didn't you enjoy yourself? Please leave us some comments and let's know that you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and you have yourself an amazing. Have yourself an amazing weekend. We're going off for lunch. You have to have a scrumptious lunch after this. Bye.
Bye. Can I place this on the wall here?